Well, give it a second here. See if we can get it to come alive, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna play this for you guys. I don't know who's jumping in here real fast. I'm gonna play this. Here we go. I found this. You guys need to hear it. It's being covered by Fox, so give me a second.
Alexis McAdams is reporting that according to high-level police sources, the explosion was an attempted terrorist attack. A lot of explosives in the vehicle at the time. The two people who were in the car are deceased. One Border Patrol officer was injured. Driving from the U.S. apparently to Canada, and we're trying to drive toward the CBP building. So all bridges in the area have been closed. All government buildings in the area have been evacuated.
And just like that, this is a
attempted terror attack. At least they're calling it what it is. I mean, they are actually calling it what it is. I was sitting there thinking, you know, they're not going to call this what it is. They're not going to call it what it is. So, yeah, this is crazy. We're gonna listen to this. It's an attempted terror attack on our soil. They're planning bigger stuff than this, though, y'all. You just don't even know. Yesterday they were talking about, you know, New York could be in trouble. Now they're talking about, now they're talking about they really think it's going to happen. And then they just got a whole bunch of threats right before this happened. So now their eyes are wide open. Here we go. Check this out.
a major story for us this hour, John, as we just laid out the eve of Thanksgiving, millions of Americans trying to get on the road, take to the skies, to travel domestically as well as overseas. A lot of those folks heading to Canada. A lot of them might now be blocked, at least temporarily, from doing so in the wake of this reportedly attempted terrorist attack.
So if it's true that this information is correct, that the vehicle was going to transit the Rainbow Bridge from the American side to the Canadian side, that this may be an act of terror that was perpetrated against the border facility. So put that together with what we have seen on our southern border, and then the news from the FBI director that the terror threat alert level is at the highest it's been in years. And if you put those two things together, this could be a direct attack against our border security operations. And that would be a very big deal indeed.
Senator Chuck Schumer just tweeting a few seconds ago on X. He's closely monitoring the situation on the Rainbow Bridge crossing between the U.S. and Canada in Niagara Falls. Federal, state, and local law enforcement officials are all on the ground and investigating. He says to follow, if you're in the area, guidance from emergency officials. He also thanks brave first responders. We do know from the mayor's office that the FBI has already taken the lead in this investigation, John. An early sign there towards reporting we're now getting that this was likely an attempted terror attack.
And the fact that New York Governor Kathy Hochul is on her way to the scene would give some sense of urgency in terms of the state response to this, which is why, again, we thought that initially that this could have been a terror attack. And the fact that she is going there would certainly fit into that idea. The governor typically doesn't go to things unless they are very serious in their nature. And with her on the way there, that will mean that later this hour, we will likely hear from her directly. As it says, the president is in a meeting today celebrating not only his birthday, but the beginning of the Thanksgiving holiday. It's likely that he is being briefed on this. And I don't know if we will actually hear from the president. We will hear from the White House on this as well. This is the most serious act of terrorism, if indeed that's what it turns out to be, that we have seen in this country for some time.
We're learning now, John, that the FBI has brought K-9 units to each of the international bridges in this area of western New York. They say as a precautionary measure, this is according to sources telling other outlets. The FBI is on scene, mentioned a moment ago. They are now placing K-9 officers on each of these international bridges in the area. Again, precautionary measure indicates there is at least some considered concern now about the potential for more attempted attacks at other bridges in western New York.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of puzzling as to why this would be targeted, why a bridge connects the United States to Canada over the picturesque Niagara River. The reason they call it Rainbow Bridge because you can see the Horseshoe Falls on the Canadian side from it, and there's still a rainbow that's over the Horseshoe Falls. And so people drive across the bridge just for the picturesque view. We have Eric Sean with us on the phone. He's following this, or is he on camera? I'm not sure which. He's on camera, following the story. So, Eric, the fact that this is being looked at as an act of terrorism certainly would seem to bring a lot of credence to what the FBI director was saying in hearings on Capitol recently. And very shocking development here as we see these this unrest in the Middle East that has spilled past Israel to many other countries, knowing that there could be operatives in this country who are sympathetic to terrorists who want to send a message here in the United States. What are you reading?
Yeah, John, that's exactly what FBI Director Christopher Wray testified.
How it's just like, okay, it's nuts. It's just unbelievable. It's not no big deal that, the whole border got it, you know, you did going on there, but it's okay. Just no big deal. You guys just chill out. No big deal. And this is the worst that it's going to get. I'm here to tell you, bullshit. Pardon my language, bullshit. Hello, everybody. Montauk, everybody. I see you over there. Hey, look, they say this could get worse. Do I hope it does? No. I hope this is it. I hope they got him, but they left him open, and he's over there enjoying his birthday. Imagine that. All right, I'm going to just stop talking because they've already hammered me, so give me a second here.
Before the House just last week, saying because of the unrest in the Middle East, that the FBI was monitoring a variety of possibilities that there could be a radical Islamic terrorist attack right here in the United States, including potentially
Listen,
covered by Hamas. Not saying that that is the case here, but we have a story up on FoxNews.com this morning in which that is exactly what is in the Hamas charter, seeking to go after the middle American targets and this sort of thing, and any type of American Western valued representative of the situation.
I have to.
According to Alexis McAdams, as we've been reporting, two men in that vehicle, according to high-level police sources, are dead. The vehicle, the car packed with explosives, we are told. That car tried to drive right into that Customs and Border Patrol building, the gate, which is the watch gate. Well,
I wanted you guys to see it, though. Exactly what this says right here. Exactly what this says is exactly what's going on.
Stop when you present your passport to go through the border. The injured man is a 27-year-old, potentially. That is the Customs and Border Patrol officer. He's in good condition, we're told, at a local hospital. You know, you're talking about radical Islamic terrorism and the attacks against the United States. This has happened before, John. 1987, a suspect found.
It's really done any kind of sermon, but look, I need you guys to share this out because it needs to get out to the world on all your social media sites. Please hit the thumbs up. Why the hell? I don't know. Just do it, because everybody says it. Fred Prevost, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I see you in there. I see Montauk. I see Joan Smith. Hey, I see everybody. I see quite a few. Anyways, this is not a topic they're going to want to spread out to you guys, so hitting the button or the bell probably won't do nothing for you to get my stuff. Very few of you will, and it's like the dieharders are the ones that get it. The rest of them don't get shit. Get no notifications. Jen B, what's going on? Hey, good to see you, sister. Look, check this out. So just share this out on all your social medias. I don't care. I mean, you guys, if you hit the thumbs up, you do. I don't think it makes a shit. I really don't. I really don't. But I'm going to tell you this, to be honest with you. This is not done. We got the Macy's Day Parade coming tomorrow, and this was talked about some time back, but nobody paid attention to it. Not even me. And then yesterday we seen a little bit of this trickling around New York City. Me and my wife, and it was just like, it ain't that big of a deal. Today we got explosions. I should have paid more attention to it yesterday, but I didn't. We were setting for Thanksgiving like everybody was. So the Macy's Day Parade tomorrow could be a very, very big bad situation. And I'm priming for hopefully the best outcome in the world. Yeah, you live about an hour from there? Yeah, well, there it is. It's called the Rainbow Bridge, right? Hurt Locker? It's called the Rainbow Bridge, where I guess you drive across that bridge and you see a rainbow and people take pictures of it because it's beautiful or something. And what it does is connect between the United States and Canadian border, right? That's what I'm hearing. I don't know where it is. I just think it's a mess. I know kind of where it is. I don't know if that's one of the ones I use crossing over to Canada. You know, I got kicked out of Canada for life. Not really. They said I was, but that's been 20 something years ago, and I've been back since. So, but anyway, I can't talk about that. Anyway, but yeah, that's some crazy. But they are calling this. You guys are seeing it on the screen right here. That's one of the reasons I went back on live is because you guys need to know this. You absolutely have to see this. And for the ones that live in the big major cities like I do, one of the major cities, you have to be cool. If you don't have to be out there, don't be out there. I mean, that's just better safe than sorry. I'm not telling you to just. It's your holiday, and there's going to be enough people out there. We don't know who's amongst us right now. We have no clue who this is that is around us. We're surrounded by people that we absolutely have no idea who they are. And it's only happened in the past few years, like 3. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I just, good luck, be safe, try to have a great Thanksgiving. And it's time to spend time with your family anyway. So stay off the streets and stay out of the big, busy areas and the downtowns if you can help it. Or, I know some people live down there. Just try to be safe, man. Just try to keep your head down and just spend time with your family. And that's what you do. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. What a mess. Let's finish this crap.
Found with explosives, walking from Canada into Vermont along a train track. 1999, another radical Islamic terrorist caught at the border on the West Coast, going from Canada into the state of Washington. The target then was the Millennium.
Even if you don't like him, you want him back because at least you knew you were safe and we didn't have none of this crap going on. And he was trying to tighten it up. And $1.79 gas prices. Just saying.
Plot to try and bomb LAX. And I've covered cases of al-Qaeda suspects who have been nabbed at the northern border trying to enter the United States to carry out the type of attacks. We've seen vans and cars used before. Car bombs, of course, the van bomb in 1993 by the followers of Sheikh Abdul Rahman in New York. That was the car bomb that exploded in the garage underneath the World Trade Center. Their attempt to take down those gleaming twin towers did not succeed.
Most of them can't even say it. I don't get that shit. I don't understand that one. You'll never get me to understand that one. I don't give a shit how much you study it. I would do it purposely. I'll kiss my ass, dude. I'll beat his ass. Dude, I'm just the type of guy, I will smoke his ass. I'm gonna tell you, I would do things to him to make a serial killer puke. One of them who side motherfuckers. Pardon my language. Did I say that out loud? God dang it, I was thinking it. Anyway, there. You guys better get your shit right. I'm just here to tell you, we got a lot of stuff that's fixing to happen, and we need, man. One thing is a lot of prayers for sure, but I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna take a group of us. Yeah, you better figure out who your best friends are and stick with them. I'm just here to tell you, they let them all flow through, and they look just like wine next door. And I'm not picking on it. I just popped the name out. Look, you guys just don't even know. You have no idea. Look, I worked for the government for a long time, and I'm here to tell you a lot. I did. Look, I had to have people on my team that could speak their language because I couldn't. I didn't want to learn it. I had no interest in learning it. So I had to bring people onto my team that spoke it fluently. One of my guys, Puerto Rico, he was Puerto Rican, and you know Hispanics and Puerto Ricans don't get along, but at least he knew Latin language, and I had both Hispanics and Puerto Ricans on my team to speak to them, and their language is so close to the different languages that they could translate through any of them so we could get the point across. So I'm just here to tell you, you just don't even know. Been there, done in my life since I was 20 years old. 20 years old. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, this is crazy. And I feel bad and I'm saddened. But if you guys think that this is over, if I'm not going to shame bash. I'm not. I didn't vote for this guy. I'm tell you right now, nobody I know voted for him. Even if you didn't like the other guy that won this back in 2020, they damn sure didn't vote for this guy. How's that? And I'm not gonna point fingers and bash, but I'm just here to tell you, I miss my $1.79 gas prices and my safety at home, and the fact that we were getting the walls closed. Ain't that right, Nancy? Ain't that right, Nancy? Chuck, ain't that right, Chuck? And both of you, shame on you. All I can say. Anyways, this is horrible. We're going through hell with this shit. Why? Let me explain why. Let me explain to you exactly why we're going through hell. Because they allow them to. So guess what? If we did something to stop this, we'd go to prison for the rest of our lives. But they can do this to us and be, oh, it's just a terror attack. No big deal. I'm going to tell you, we're fed up. I belong to the FAFO gang. Team, crew, whatever. We're not like an outfit. There's just a lot of us. And you fuck around and you find out. That's all I can tell you. FAFO. Faithful. And that's what it is. Fuck around and find out. You fuck around, you will find out. I guarantee it. Hold on. Here we go.
At that time, of course, led then to what happened in 2001. The New York subway bomber was driving from Colorado to New York. He was stopped on the George Washington Bridge and arrested. So this seems to fit the modus operandi of potential terrorists to either attack a known location, one that could be relatively soft, potentially, that is just driving right into the booth in which the Customs and Border Patrol officers, check your papers and check your passports. And
don't know if it was slippery when the vehicle was going there, but obviously at that rate of speed, however fast it was, it could maybe have swerved as it was approaching the bridge structure.
And
Back
here
to
we
you.
go with the excuses. Here we go.
All right, very good.
Hang
Thank
in
you very
there.
much. Ron Plants reporting
Hang
live.
in. You guys hang in there because it won't be long. By the end of the day, they'll be like, the guy accidentally hit it. He had too much fuel. He was hauling gasoline in the back of his car. He was hauling it to a friend over there that's truck ran out of gas. Watch. By the time it's all done, these guys will be the good guys. Ain't that some shit? You believe that one? I got a bridge to sell you. It's called the Rainbow.
For us at the scene, right there, just a short distance away from the Rainbow Bridge in Niagara Falls.
And our breaking news coverage is continuing here at 4 o'clock. Right now, we do know at least 2 people are dead after a vehicle explosion on the Rainbow Bridge. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kate Welshofer.
Hello, Kate, and I'm Scott Levin. The FBI and several other agencies, they are continuing to investigate all international crossings. They are closed until further notice due to an incident involving a vehicle coming into the United States. Now, it says coming into the United States. I'm not sure about that, whether or not that's true. It may be leaving the United States.
We certainly know there are a lot of questions still with what happened here. We're going to share what we know right now. We're going to begin with 2 on your sides, Andy Payton. Andy.
Kate and Scott, that's right. As you can see behind me, just over my shoulder, it is still a very active scene here in the Falls, a scene that witnesses have described to us has really been unfolding before their eyes, that they've been on the ground here with us for the past few hours. And just a few moments ago, we spoke with a man and his wife who were traveling from Canada here to the United States to celebrate Thanksgiving, and they tell us they believe they saw the vehicle actually crazy moving down the street here at a high rate speed, and while they were on a walk on Niagara Street. And here's what they had to say about it. Take a listen. The man there says he saw that vehicle really traveling at a high rate speed and was really taken away with what he saw in terms of just fire and smoke coming up out of there. And we have some video here that we want to show you as well. It shows fire through a fence there. That's what many witnesses here on the scene have been describing that they saw as well, in addition to this man. And we now know that that fire through that fence was caused by the vehicle when he was traveling at that high rate speed through the security checkpoint. Now we're going to be on the ground here and continue to provide updates for you as we know more. But for now, I'm live in Niagara Falls. Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
How shocking seeing something like that must be with those witness accounts. 2 on your sides, Ron Plants has been out in Niagara Falls throughout the afternoon trying to learn more about what has happened this morning. Ron, what can you tell us so far?
Well, at this point, again, we do have that significant law enforcement personnel here, a number of Homeland Security investigators on scene. We've seen those very distinctive, actually they're not supposed to be distinctive, but they're those unmarked black vehicles with flashing lights, a variety of vehicles that converged on scene here ever since photojournalist Franco and Ardito and I have been on scene since about 12 this afternoon on this site. And again, we were trying to get some information from federal authorities. The only thing they were able to put out was that FBI Buffalo statement that came out much earlier this afternoon that said that there was some kind of an incident involving an explosion with a vehicle. And then they said that the situation could change rapidly, a fluid situation. The situation, I would have to say here, again, we saw the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms unit actually come on scene. These would be those very sophisticated investigators who would be looking for any evidence of a bomb-making material or anything that perhaps could have been in that vehicle. We are hearing from all our colleagues, as well as from NBC News, that they had not found any evidence so far of any explosives material within that vehicle. We were told that that vehicle apparently shattered. This is according to witnesses, that that vehicle was apparently shattered by the blast here. And that there was fire and smoke. We heard from another eyewitness just a couple of minutes ago who said actually he didn't see an explosion, but he did see that vehicle moving at that very high rate of speed here down Niagara Street, right towards the entrance of the Rainbow Bridge, and that he put it, as he put it, the vehicle actually went airborne and actually turned a bit as it actually struck something right near the bridge entrance there. I asked him if it actually got close to where the bridge inspectors would be in those booths as you come across the bridge. He said he wasn't sure about that, but it hit something, and that's when he saw that smoke and flames. He said it was like something out of a Hollywood movie, if you will, and it was really hard to comprehend what he was seeing at the time. He did indicate to us that he had been interviewed by the FBI, that they were taking all of his information. He also told them that apparently there are a number of surveillance cameras that are down in that area right near the bridge entrance, and as such, he was suggesting to them that perhaps they've got to check those cameras. So that is what we are hearing here. We are waiting, obviously, for any kind of a press conference, perhaps involving Governor Hochul. We do know that at the highest levels of government, apparently the federal government, that President Biden has been briefed on the situation. And again, I'm sure that's why you're seeing this convergence of Homeland Security and other investigators on this scene as we speak. So that's the situation here from 3rd and Niagara in the city of Niagara Falls, right near the Rainbow Bridge entrance there. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Ron, thank you again. As we talk about the leaders who are involved here, leaders across the border in Canada also talking about this explosion. We're hearing from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau about what he is doing right now. Here's what he had to say.
We are in close contact with U.S. officials and will continue to work closely with them. We will continue to be engaged. We will provide updates. Updates I can give right now is there are 4 border crossings that are right now closed: Rainbow Bridge, Whirlpool Bridge, Queenston Bridge, and Peace. Additional measures are being contemplated and activated at all border crossings across the country. We are taking this extraordinarily seriously.
That I am absolutely wrong. But the Macy's Day Parade, if you're going there, please be careful. If you're going there and you've never been there, it's something to see, I hear. I don't know. I've watched it on TV for years, pretty much my whole life. Look, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, I don't have an interest in being around that many people. Please think about this. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying think about it. Just be safe, man. Be safe. Just, you know what? There ain't no being safe. It's just shit you don't know. 3 seconds later, your whole damn team's wiped out. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I will say what everybody's thinking. And anybody that don't know me, you better get on board real fast. I will say exactly what you're thinking. Because it's the truth. I got common sense. Common sense means don't go to this shit. This is just a nightmare. And if it doesn't happen, thank God that you didn't go to take the chance, because it could have happened. I'm just saying. I might be wrong for that, but at least I'm trying to look out for me, my family, and yours, because that's what I do.
And again, the Prime Minister is working closely with U.S. officials as well.
All right, well, the incident, of course, comes during one of the busiest travel days of the entire year. Of course, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and this is the day, folks.
Yeah, and this afternoon, the Buffalo Airport is taking some extra precautions to keep travelers safe. To On Your Side's Keelan Berrien is there live for us now. And Keelan, people are going to have to wait a little longer than they normally would.
Yeah, Kate and Scott, you know, just once again, we're standing here at the Buffalo Niagara Airport in front of one of the parking lots. We can just see over my shoulder here where NFTA police is really doing a clean sweep for any explosive material. I'm going to step out of the way here, and the photojournalist Brad can really just show you guys what we are looking at right now. After speaking with the spokesperson of NFTA, Kelly Khatib, she tells us that throughout the day until further notice, NFTA police will be doing an extensive clean sweep on all vehicles dropping off travelers and for any travelers that are coming into the airport. As you can see, they're using some of those explosive searching dogs that's really doing a thorough clean sweep of these vehicles. And Brad, if you can just continue to pan on here, you can literally just see the extent of these cars, how it's just really so backed up. car after car after car after car, stretching all the way out to the 33 or Genesee Street. You know, Kelly Khatib is really asking everyone to really be patient during this time. Right now, this comes at a very bad time, just given that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so it really puts a lot of stress on this the airport here. But you know, Kelly Khatib, this is all she had to say.
We haven't received any threats to our system, but because of the events that are unfolding at the Rainbow Bridge, we are just doing this out of the abundant precaution. Like you said, there are going to be additional screenings that travelers are going to go under. We have our airport explosive detection dogs who are going to be checking every single vehicle that comes in, because the number one thing that we are thinking about right now is the safety of all of our passengers and travelers.
Right, you join us back live again. Once again, still looking at that scene. Just follow my voice along there here. Scott, you know, you pointed out earlier that some of these cars were just driving on by. And after talking to some of the NFTA personnel here, they were saying some of those cars that were just driving by were actually people dropping off some travelers, and they're going to be checked over at the TSA pre-check inside the airport. But as far as those are going to be parking here at the airport overnight and is really taking that travel themselves, their vehicle really rather is going to be thoroughly swept by those police dogs. Now, Khatib is really encouraging all of our holiday travelers to really come at least 3 to 3.5 hours before your departed flight. Once again, that traffic out here in the airport is very backed up, stretching all the way to the 33. Photojournalist Brad and I really sat through this line. We got here a little early, but it still took us 20 minutes to get to where we are before. Some of these cars are going to be waiting well over that. But as we can
could be treacherous this weekend. I believe from what I've seen and what I've heard that this is the beginning of multiple, because they're in our country. We allowed them in. Rev Jim, good to see you. Hey, Mad Cow Mark, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, Mad Cow? Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, you could be right. But I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that. Macy's Day Parade. Think about that. We already heard New York's next. Like, they are planning that right now. That's what I heard. That's what I'm hearing. And my phone's going crazy. So I'm asking the questions that need to be answered, and I'm getting it's been a while, yeah, Mad Cow. It's been a while. But yeah, I'm asking some of the questions to some of my people, and they're giving me replies. Like, there's one right there. So let's finish with some of this, and I'll let you know what my guys see. And you know, my guys are in politics very high up. So I get answers. So give me a second here and let me see what's going on. I'll let you know.
Continue to learn more about the situation. We will update you along the way. Kate and Scott, we're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
You got it, Keelan. Great report. Thank you for that update today. Right now, we're going to go back into the newsroom right now. Our Nate Benson has some more information regarding the airport itself. Right, Nate?
Yeah, Scott, I just got off the phone with Kelly Khatib from NFTA just within the last 10 minutes, and I called her mainly because we're seeing on social media a lot of claims that international flights at the airport have been canceled. I just got off the phone with Kelly. She said that is not the case. All terminal flights at the airport are departing on their normal schedule. The only thing that's happening is Signature Aviation, which is a charter plane company, is the halting flights right now, but all other flights leaving the terminal right now for this Thanksgiving holiday are departing on time. There are some inbound flights that are delayed because of weather issues elsewhere, but right now, those rumors really you're seeing on social media, if you're even seeing them, that international flight and flights out of Buffalo Niagara International Airport are being canceled. That is not the case. It is Signature Aviation, a charter company that does fly into Canada. Those flights have been halted at this time, so there is not a widespread cancellation delays at Buffalo Niagara right now. Obviously, with everything unfolding in Niagara Falls,
Hello. All right. Sorry about that. My microphone, my headset shut down. Look, so this is one thing that I would have to say to you. If ever in our lifetime or any lifetimes, I think, hell, I don't know, somebody might be able to look this one up. We've ever shut down a whole country besides this stupid ass other crap they try to push on us. I'm talking in real life for safety besides the stupid crap that they try to push on us. Look, it should be now because these people are going to do stuff. If you think there was two of them, you're rudely, rudely, highly mistaken. There ain't two. There's a whole lot of them. And they're allowed to come in, flowing right into our country to do heinous shit to our people on our soil. And if I'm wrong, fucking sue me.
Falls. That's causing a further delay with all three border bridges being closed right now. That is causing a lot of congestion on the 190. We're just getting reports from NITEC that backups are consistently happening and starting to spill down the 190 right now, mainly because those bridges are closed. But everything at the airport right now is functioning, except like my colleague Keelan said, give yourself more time because they are checking vehicles for security reasons when you arrive at the airport. So to give yourself those extra hours of time to get to the airport, but all flights out of the terminal leaving on time. Scott?
Thank you very much, Nate. Kate?
Yeah, and the city of Buffalo also responding to this incident this afternoon. Leaders closed City Hall a little over 2 hours ago now, and sources tell Two on Your Side this was just done out of an abundance of caution. And we also spoke with Buffalo Mayor Brown about what happened, and here's what he had to say.
Law enforcement is actively engaged together, looking into this circumstance at the Rainbow Bridge. We have the Buffalo Police, the Erie County Sheriff's Department, state law enforcement agencies, and federal law enforcement agencies all working together to try to determine the cause of the explosion at the Rainbow Bridge.
Are still trying to determine that right now. We are also hearing from the Jewish Community Center. This is of Greater Buffalo. A spokesperson there tells Two on Your Side that law enforcement have recommended that they close their buildings through the Thanksgiving holiday. They go on to say there are no active threats to the Jewish community at this.
There's no threats. Shut your doors. There's no threat. But shut your doors. You kidding me? Pardon my language, man. This kind of stuff that gave me a heart attack, right? This is the kind of stuff that gave me 2 Widowmaker heart attacks. This shit right here. It's the whole, yeah, there's no active threat. There's no problem going on. There's nothing to see here. But don't go outside. Yep. Don't go outside. Keep your ass inside. But it ain't no big deal. And don't talk to nobody. And if you do say something, we're going to silence you. Okay? Shut your fucking mouth. You keep your mouth shut. And there's nothing to see here, folks. Keep moving. You guys are doing great. Yeah, move along. Yeah, exactly. Called smoke and mirrors, people. And if you don't wake up, it's going to be too late. Because this shit can land on your living room couch. Imagine that.
This time.
And of course, there's a greater impact to this as well. As you mentioned, Scott, it is a time when everyone is traveling home for the holiday, or trying to anyway. So let's get a check now with Lance Mellon on what the roads are looking like right now.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kate and Scott. So yeah, just to reiterate,
All right, there we go. I said, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just doom and gloom. Because I'm not. I'm a really nice guy. I love people. I love to hang out with people. But I'm also a realist. You're not going to shove your hand up my ass and tell me you're trying to make me a puppet. It just ain't going to work. I'm just here to tell you. I want you to understand when I say you better wake up because it can land on your couch. I'm not joking you. Your daughter or son could bring the family member to one of these people home. And I hate to say it, but it's true. They literally can bring them into your home. But I love them, Mom. You're not shitting. Just saying. Am I prejudiced? Absolutely not. I love everybody. Do I hate anybody? Absolutely not. But I love my family more. I'm just here to tell you. And I hope you love your family more. I hope if it comes down to it, right down to the wire, Stone, I love you to death, bro, but my kids come first, bro. I hope that's what happens because that's exactly how I would have to be. My grandbabies, my kids, your kids mean as much as my kids to me and my grandbabies. But if it means you're running at me and it's me or you and I know you, I'm going to take your head off if you're doing something stupid. And that's what I have to do. I have to protect the ones that are around us. And you know what? That's what your job is too. Either we're on the team together or we're against each other, and I don't care how well I know you. But if you knew me in my real life, you would understand that about me. Because everybody knows that. Two things you don't do. One is you don't rape children. Don't touch them. Don't touch a kid. Or do inappropriate things to other people. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll probably get knocked for that one too. You don't do them kind of thing. You don't do inappropriate stuff to people, especially children. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you will have a bunch of us on your ass. My whole crew. Nah, you don't do that. You do that and you get yourself in a situation. Anyway, let's finish some of this crap. I'm telling you guys, it sounds like I'm being an asshole. I'm not fair. Let me tell you something about fair. I don't know who the hell told you life is fair. This shit ain't fair. Ain't no part of this shit fair, but you're going to take it the way they give it. But look, I always say this. This ain't McDonald's. You don't get it your way. You get it the way you get the motherfucker. Exactly the way I give it, or you don't get it at all. And you know what? If more people were that way, it'd be a much better world because we wouldn't stand for this crap that's going on right here. It just would not happen. And I'm sorry if you guys look at it different, but it's people like me that protect your family. And I want you to know that. It's guys like me that will do anything in their power to protect your home. Most people can't protect themselves, but I would do my best to protect you. But I'm going to protect my family, my home front first. I have to. Here we go.
All three Western New York border crossings into and out of Canada are closed. I do just have one shot of the blockade. Heavy security, a lot of emergency vehicles there in downtown Niagara Falls, just totally blocking off that intersection and that entrance to the bridge. Now, normally we do have two cameras on the Rainbow Bridge that we can tap into, but this is what we're seeing on both of them. They're unavailable at this time, and a common question we get for our cameras with NITEC is, can we go back and look at footage? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. There is no recorded footage. So those Rainbow cameras, right now, they are offline. And until further notice, we are unable to check any conditions up in Niagara Falls. But this is what most of the border crossings look like right now. Lewis and Queenston here on the U.S. side, and then the Canadian side on the right, completely deserted. The Peace Bridge is looking just like this as well. And for folks maybe on the 190 North trying to get off that Peace Bridge or Porter Avenue exit, as you can see at the top right of your screen, that is completely blocked as well. So if you live on the west side of Buffalo, you usually get off at that Porter Avenue exit. Regardless of what's happening at the borders, you will be unable to get off that exit right now. So all traffic is being diverted out of those right lanes and forced up towards the 198. Now I wanted to show you something a little curious. So those as well, we do have a pretty nice line here. These are folks that just kind of got caught in the middle. So they got off the exit before it was closed, but after the Peace Bridge was closed. So they're just stuck there in the middle. So I'm surprised they haven't been diverted onto Niagara Street or towards Porter Avenue. So those folks, those semi-trucks and a couple of vacation travelers are just sitting there until the borders are reopened. But we will definitely keep a close eye on all three crossings and any other residual effects of those border closings as the afternoon continues. Kate and Scott, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Lance, appreciate the update. And I want to reiterate something that he mentioned as well, that the NITEC cameras don't record
That's right, they don't.
footage. So it's important to note that as well.
But I believe the border crossing itself does have its own security, too.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting to see what they report.
What they're able to see,
Speaking
right.
of security, we're going to go back out to the airport right now. Keelan Berrien has some new information out there. Keelan?
Please. Yes, Scott and Kate, you know, we're back here once again in this parking lot. As you can just see behind me, traffic has really cleared up. You can see those cars really just making its way right here, just in this spot right here. They were doing TSA checks, doing actual thorough clean sweeps on people's vehicles for any explosive materials. We asked a couple of the NFTA personnel if they caught anything alarming or that stood out to them. They have.
I want to say one more thing before I just don't get mad at me. I get pissed off at this shit because this is what our country's led us to. This, how do we fix this? There's really no way. There's one of me and a few of us, but how do we fix it? Tell me, how do we fix this? We don't. We got to sit back and wait for our government to fix this problem that they created. That's a fact.
Have not found anything along the way, but however, we must stress inside the building, TSA pre-check will still continue on, so we're still stressing you guys to really come couple hours before your departure time. But we're going to see if we can go inside and give some visuals for you guys and learn a little bit more along the way. We just want to provide this update for you guys. Kate and Scott, we're going to send it right back to you guys in the studio.
Right, Keelan, thank you. And a good reminder for anyone trying to travel to get to the airport early. And of course, this is something that we know basically what has happened, but there are still a lot of questions about what exactly has happened. And Ron Plants has been here all along the way in Niagara Falls. He's joining us again now with the very latest on what we know. Hi, Ron.
Yeah, hi, Kate. We've been talking about the fact that law enforcement, possibly Homeland Security people, have been going in and out constantly from the scene here. You can see it right there. Another vehicle and some others shooting off in different directions here. That just indicates, again, just how many law enforcement personnel from the federal government, the state police, Erie County has been here with their bomb squad, as well as their huge recreational vehicle, which is an emergency management vehicle. We've also seen the federal ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, who came in here with their large RV vehicle that would have investigators on board to be able to perhaps further look into exactly what happened here and try to determine exactly what happened here. The FBI had said that there was an explosion with a vehicle, but we are being told that at this point there is no indication of any incendiary elements within the wreckage of a vehicle that was found there, or any kind of a bomb-making material that would be with that vehicle. Apparently that vehicle shattered on impact. We were told that there was a fire and explosion as that vehicle was proceeding here up again on Niagara Street, right towards the bridge at a very high rate of speed. We're also told by another witness here we spoke to a little while ago that he actually saw the vehicle go airborne, if you will, and then kind of rotated and struck something. I was just overhearing him as he was doing another interview. He sounded like metal on metal with that crash. Now, he indicates he did not hear an explosion. Other people apparently did. And again, the FBI used that phrase, explosion. So here is what a first witness, who is actually a gentleman from Kitchener, Ontario, who was visiting from his wife and walking around the downtown area here, here is what he told us earlier today.
So we were walking up the road and we seen this car coming down towards the border, and he was flying over 100 miles an hour. There was a car in front of him. He swerved out, went in front of the car, hit the fence, went flying up into the air. He hit, I think there was an elevation part. He went up into the air, and we just seen the fireball, and that's all we could see. It was just covered in smoke everywhere.
So the car was coming from the U.S. into Canada, towards Canada?
Yes, it was going towards Canada, yes. It was just a fireball and smoke everywhere. We heard a big bang, yeah.
real loud bang, and then
Yeah.
then you saw this car and the explosion.
Yeah, and I said there's no way that guy's going to stop. There's no way he can stop. He's just going too fast.
You couldn't tell if it had what kind of license plates on it, or
No,
anything?
no, we couldn't, no.
Well, how would you describe the car?
It looked like a Chrysler 300, but somebody told me it was a Bentley. But there's similar cars in that, so yeah.
Okay.
And he was swerving as he was going down this road here, fishtailing, because he was going so fast.
Were there any police cars following him?
No, I didn't see not one, no. And we waited, and we actually walked back to the border, and then we were there about maybe 10 minutes, and the police all started to come.
Now, so that is the interview again from this gentleman from Kitchener, Ontario. We want to stress, we do not have any confirmation so far from any law enforcement personnel, anybody at the federal level, other than, again, that email that had been put out, or a statement that had been put out apparently on X, formerly Twitter, from the FBI indicating that there was an explosion with a vehicle and that they were looking into this matter, and that this was, of course, at the Rainbow Bridge. So that is what we have been trying to confirm all day long with them. We have been told that apparently Governor Hochul is coming to this area, that she was en route from New York City, and that she would be holding a press conference at some point, perhaps in the next hour or so. We're not sure the exact time, and we do not think it'll be at this particular location, perhaps at a nearby location where she will be briefing along, hopefully, with
Okay. So let me ask a question. How long do you think it's going to take for them to be able to have the video footage of this actually happen? Do you believe that they'll have the video footage for it? If you guys do, let me know in the chat. I'm just curious. How many people think that they're going to release the video footage of this happening? And how long do you think it'll be?
someone from the federal authorities to explain exactly what has happened here. As you might imagine, there's a lot of conjecture, a lot of rumors that have been swirling on social media. We don't have any confirmation of any of that other than the fact that there was some kind of a vehicle, and the word used by the FBI, explosion, at this scene. But I think, quite frankly, at this point, they are still trying to assess exactly what happened here to make sure that they know and that they can perhaps put some of those rumors to rest, but also make sure that they are properly responding to this incident, whatever exactly happened, whatever the motivation for the individuals in that vehicle approaching the Rainbow Bridge were, and make sure again that they have the appropriate response. That is the situation here from 3rd and Niagara in Niagara Falls. We'll send it back to you.
It definitely takes time for these investigators to be able to put those pieces together to figure out what was the motivation of this terrible explosion.
Yeah, you imagine it has to be a very meticulous process as well as they go through it, and a lot of agencies involved in that as well.
And there are some pictures I know that came into our newsroom, and our Rob Hackford is joining us now in studio with some of those, right, Rob?
Yeah, Scott and Kate, we've seen a lot of them on social media that we've been unable to confirm at this point. If you are sharing them, be cautious. You don't know where they're actually coming from. I was able to speak to one woman who shared these photos with us. She didn't want to be named, but she was right by when this fire started, right by the Rainbow Bridge. You can see there the flames through the grates of that fence there, and the smoke cloud there as well. She was in her vehicle just by
My headphones are acting crazy today. Hey, one more thing. I made a couple of you guys mods. Hope you don't mind. NB and Red Eye and a couple of you other ones in there. People that have been with me quite a while, and good to see you guys, and hope you don't mind.
By the Rainbow Bridge. These photos shared with us this afternoon of kind of the aftermath of what happened here. And now we're going to head to another video here, or another clip with some photos from the One Niagara Center that I just got a few minutes ago, speaking with their marketing manager, who took this photo from that center. If we can take that additional video here coming up. It's really an overhead view of this scene. Here we go. We can take a look now. So you can see the vehicle where it crashed in over here at the Rainbow Bridge, along with some fire department response as well. Really the best overhead view that we've seen all day of this incident. We're, again, waiting to hear a lot of information about this, but these photos we can confirm are of this scene, are shared by individuals who were at this scene and witnessed what happened this afternoon, or witnessed the aftermath of what happened this afternoon. So lots to go through. Pretty powerful photos here. You can see that booth at the Rainbow Bridge crossing here completely destroyed, really, with debris scattered everywhere.
They don't, Mark, Mad Cow Mark, they don't want to release it right now. They got to do an investigation, but I'm talking about people will be out here ready to release it. Somebody got this. Somebody caught this. Or somebody has access to them cameras or something. That's what I'm saying. I guess I didn't say that clear enough. Not the government. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to hold it, and they're going to, but I'm just, yeah, this is going to be out there. I just want to say this. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. And it sucks that I'm even talking about this on the eve of Thanksgiving. The day that we're supposed to be most thankful. And I don't like that I have to bring this stuff to people. But I knew, I haven't been making a lot of videos. I've been kind of working on things and getting my studio set back up. And, I got multiple studios in one house now. And basically made one of my houses just a studio, multiple studios. But you can actually sleep here in case, really big stuff's going on. So I took the small house that we have and converted it into a studio, what it is. So we're working on it, getting it right. It's either way, I had to go with this. I had to, because everybody needs to know what's happening around there, and it's so sad. I wanted to start working on my other topics, other topics that I enjoy covering. I don't really enjoy covering them, but I know they need to be covered. Like Red Eye Patriot talked about it earlier. I stopped right after, we found Kylie Rodney and that whole big old debacle, I had to kind of take a break from it again because of how it went down, because it made me, it made me think to myself that people just didn't care. So I'm just, I'm sorry that I had to bring this to you guys, but look, this is what's going on, and I'd rather bring it to you now than to not. And thank you, everybody, for being here, and, it is what it is. Just be safe out there.
Around the field. So we'll be waiting to get more photos from anybody who was nearby. We'll be speaking with the individual who sent this one to me in just a few minutes when I head back into the newsroom. But Scott and Kate, lots to go through here and lots of photos to share with us as well if you have any at home at this moment.
Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Rob.
We are going to head back out to the newsroom now, where Nate Benson has some new information for us as this story continues to develop this afternoon. Hi, Nate.
Yeah, Kate and Scott, we just got information from New York City. Mayor Eric Adams, I'm going to read this statement because it just came in a few moments ago. We've sent NYPD officers upstate to support efforts on the ground. The NYPD and our partners have already enhanced security in the city. Is on heightened alert due to the upcoming holidays, so the public will see increased security at locations across New York City. So New York City Mayor Eric Adams saying that they are sending additional support up to the border to just assist with this situation. Obviously, they have a lot of resources as well. New York State Police is on scene, as well as Homeland Security, U.S. Customs Border Patrol, Homeland Security, and the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. As my colleague Ron Plant said a short time ago, Governor Kathy Hochul is en route to Niagara Falls, Western New York. I have to assume she's likely already here, but she did say that she was on the way to get further briefings of the situation unfolding at the Rainbow Bridge. But again, the latest update, NYPD offering up resources to help with this investigation. And again, we're still trying to really get a better understanding of what the scene actually is. We know from photos, we know from witnesses that a car had crashed at the border checkpoint at the Rainbow Bridge at a high rate of speed. A fire started and then the car exploded, and that's all we know at this time. NBC reporting that no secondary incendiary device was found at the scene. So again, a lot of moving parts to this very fluid situation. Scott and Kate.
Very good. Nate Benson in our newsroom tonight. Nate, thanks. Appreciate it. All right, let's go to Andy Payton right now. He has, let's see what he has on the latest information. Andy, what have you learned? All right, we're working on getting Andy right now. Hopefully we'll get him in a few moments. But it's interesting to hear that the folks down in New York City, Mayor Eric Adams there is saying that, as Nate reported, the New York Police Department is on heightened alert right now. Increased security there. Of course, this is an extremely busy time for New York City, so you know he's feeling the pressure down there as well. Until we get an official word from the FBI or Homeland Security as to what exactly occurred here at the Rainbow Bridge. What we do know is there was an explosion. We don't know the motivation yet. We want to be very, very clear. We do not know the motivation of what occurred there. And all of those agencies are there. They're all working together. The Homeland Security, ATF, FBI, state police are all working together, along with Canadian officials, to try and exactly figure out what was the motivation behind this vehicle that exploded there, right there at the Rainbow Bridge.
Right now, though, we are going to go out to our Andy Payton with some new information. Andy.
Kate and Scott, that's right. We're here at DeVoe State Park here in Niagara Falls, and we're told that we're going to be briefed from Governor Kathy Hochul in any minute now. We're not sure when she's going to be arriving, but we're just waiting on the ground here to hear more from her. She's going to be inside those doors behind us here. We've been seeing state police here throughout the day, but no real updates from them, any official word or confirming any information to us. But again, we're going to stay here on the ground for you, and we will provide you with that latest information and be sure to provide that press conference and briefing for you live. And for now, live in Niagara Falls, I'm Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
All right, Andy, thank you. More to come with that. And I think as we continue on here, we're talking about what happened. We know very much the basics. And as you said, motivation or intent, or if there was intent, all of those things are big questions that at this point we don't know the answers to.
Right. And, you know, the elephant in the room is, was it terrorism? We don't know whether it was or wasn't. All we know is that the head of the FBI did speak to Congress last week, said there is a heightened alert for the possibility of terrorism. And, you know, we just don't know. That's the fact of the matter. But we also know that the governor did mention within the last 24 hours that New York was a possible target. We don't know whether this was or not, though. That's what we're trying.
Did you guys hear that? Just damn headphones set. Did you hear that? What did I say? Think Macy's Day Parade. Hello? Hey, they are beating around the bush. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you the facts. Think Macy's Day Parade. Think about that. Happens tomorrow morning? Yeah. And all day pretty much tomorrow? Yeah. Think about that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, right? But ain't that what I said earlier on the other videos and this video? What? Yeah. New York. Here, let's play that again just so you guys can hear it. Here, let's see what this guy has to say about it. Just in case.
Or wasn't. All we know is that the head of the FBI did speak to Congress last week, said there is a heightened alert for the possibility of terrorism. And,
exactly.
You know, we just don't know. That's the fact of the matter. But we also know that the governor did mention within the last 24 hours that New York was a possible target. We don't know whether this was or not, though. That's what we're trying.
Yeah. Well, look, I told you guys that we seen it yesterday. Yesterday, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, on some of our social media boards that are not mainstream. And I was like, you know, they kind of do this every once in a while. You know, they kind of do this. And I thought, you know, maybe I should talk about it. And I just didn't. I'm going to be honest, I didn't. I wish I would have. Yesterday, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, early evening, I heard about it. The New York City was supposed to have had some situation going down, and they're thinking Macy's Day Parade. Oh, and then this happened. But there wasn't just one. There was multiple attacks. Supposed to be multiple attacks. Multiple. Get mad. Get real mad. I'm going to kind of hold it up and see what's going on. You know, this is the eve of Thanksgiving, and I want you guys to do your best to, I don't know what the hell to tell you to do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some turkey. And I got a feeling it's going to be a long 24 hours for me. I don't know, but I sure do appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, I got a memberships now. You guys can do that. I waited till everybody was gone to say it, but it is what it is. I do have memberships. If you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and then I'm gonna get out of here. But I will be back. I'm almost certain, probably 100,000 times before the end of tomorrow. It just seems like that's another one of these situations that we're going to deal with because that's how we do it. It's how it rolls in my world. You can't have a good day anymore because, you know, a good holiday or anything because somebody has to screw it up. This isn't somebody. This is a big group, and where they at and who are they and how many is there? You have no idea. You know about as much as I do. Hate to say that and hate to be this way, but you know what? I'm going to say exactly what you're thinking or what some of you will be thinking. And that is exactly what's going on. We don't have a clue who these people are. They're just here. And what do we do now? Listen, God bless.
Trying to work out for you. And until we hear from the federal officials, we just can't tell you, folks.
And certainly what you're seeing now is proceeding very cautiously on behalf of all of these agencies that are working together.
Right, and don't believe everything that you see on Twitter, or X as they call it now. There are some erroneous things like, you know, international flights are canceled and this and that. That is, we have not confirmed any of that information right now.
We're continuing to keep you updated, and one of the things we're keeping you updated on, as this is the night before Thanksgiving, is the traffic situation. We're going to go back out now to Lance Mellon with the latest on how things are looking out there now. Hi again, Lance.
Hey, thanks, Kate and Scott. Honestly, most times during holidays, the camera behind me is completely backed up with vehicles. This is the Peace Bridge Inspection Plaza in the U.S., one of the busiest times of year, completely deserted right now. And the exit to the Peace Bridge from the 190 North is still closed as well until further notice. This could be all day. Who knows when this will be reopened. But also for folks going to Porter Avenue, as many of us know here that are local, that's a double exit to the Peace Bridge or to Porter Avenue. But both exits are currently closed right now, as you can see on the top right of your screen. Really not having too much of a delay on traffic. You can see folks are driving by just fine, but it is something we're definitely monitoring as the day goes on. The Lewis and Queenston Bridge up in Niagara County, deserted as well. This is normally a very busy border crossing, one of the busiest, I think, of the three. It's usually the top one with the longest lines. No one in sight, so we're just keeping an eye on that.
Hello? All right, there we go. Mad Mark. Mad Cow Mark, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being here. You've always been here, man. I appreciate you. More than anything, I appreciate you, man. You know that. But let's pray that this doesn't get worse before daylight. And then let's hope that we can get through this, because I want to. I want to enjoy a day with my grandbabies. How about that? I want to. The saddest thing about this is a lot of people are unaware of what is actually happening right around them. That's what makes me so mad about it. Anyway, thank you for becoming a member, man, and just everybody. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate you all. God bless you guys. We'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna get on out of here and try to get some of this cooking done while I'm studying and researching. You know me, I'm like an archaeologist. I just don't stop digging. Just gotta keep